Alright, so after proofing him and working on his height searches, we decided to put it into action into the room. Now, the easiest thing we can find to do this is a bookcase. So we're going to focus him on a bookcase. So I walk him out of the room, and I put the 10 here on the first shelf, because I want him to get in the habit of searching from bottom to top on shelves and drawers and things like that. So I'm holding the tug out in front of me to make it really tempting for him to just jump up and take a bite of it. And he's there, he's on it. So I say yes, he spins. I give him a couple little bounces. I out him quickly and I let him go in the next room while I move it to the next location. And here I just simply move it up the ladder. So it's now on the second shelf. So I call him back in. He's running around the house crazy because he just won his tug. So I take it, I out him, and I tell him to search again. Holding it out, making it real tempting for him to jump up and take a bite. He ignores it, searches the first shelf where it was, and goes right to the second shelf. Quick yes, he spins around, and now we tug. So I out him, and I send him back really quickly for a new one while it's still fresh in his mind. And notice he goes to the first shelf, then back to the second shelf. Because he's probably smelling a little bit of that residual odor. That's one thing that you have to keep in mind is when you're working a lot of hides over and over and over again, there's going to be residual odor. And in the beginning phases, you want to be careful with that, but in Ace's training here, I want him to learn to ignore the residual odor and go to the area that has the highest concentrated area of odor, which is where the odor actually is. So I'm holding it out. It's really tempting for him to jump. He goes to the second one, and he goes right to the third one, starts smelling, back to the first one, back to the second one. He loses interest because it's starting to get a little bit higher, and this is where we've been having a lot of our problems. So he's smelling the residual odor, lifts his head up, kind of catches a whiff of it, questions himself. And now he's on it. There he is. So I give him a quick reward, start bouncing around, love him up a little bit, praise him really good, release him, and while it's still fresh on his mind, I want to send him back for the higher search. So he's like, he knows it's up there, but he's still questioning whether or not he can jump up there or climb up there to find it. So he climbs up there, gets it, he's indicating really well, and the second his nose touches it, bam, reward. Because I want him to learn that he has to put his nose on the source or as close as possible to the source to get his reward. So I walk him out, and now I move it up to the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th shelf, which is roughly 5 foot tall now.
Are you ready?
And remember, 3 foot tall was pretty much maxing him out just earlier this morning.
Find it.
So he immediately goes to the 4th foot, starts smelling, sees that residual odor, and he's wanting to indicate on the residual odor, and I just simply ignore him.
Find it. Where's it at? Find it. Where's it at, Ace? Find it. Come on. Find it.
And here he didn't bring his tug back, so we're just going to use some praise. So he's smelling, and he reaches up, and there, he's on it. When he starts poking his nose and gets close, and he's telling me, there it is, dude, there it is, I can smell it. Then I just praise him and walk him back out, and then that's the end of the session. So as you can see with the boxes, it's really easy to evaluate and correct certain things.